I am excited, and it's not just because I've made a really good. I mean, I'm actually quite proud of this one, guys. I'm quite proud of this one. I don't know if you can. I don't know if you can see. I don't want to tip this too much, but I made myself a nice coffee. I managed to do myself a little Rosetta. That's not what I'm excited about. I'm excited because every month we basically finish off a set of Lightspeed tokens at the moment, and right now we're going to unlock CLS. Still one of the best legendary units that we've got in the game. A long-term, always relevant team. So let's go through the latest journey quests and actually work on unlocking our CLS for free with the free Lightspeed tokens in the journey quests. Booyah, baby! Let's go. But first, a victory sip. Oh, that really is delicious. Absolutely delicious. All right, so if you want to do these journey quests, head over to your quest section, down to the journey quest, should be active for everybody now. We need to win 10 battles with any Rebel Admiral in your squad. Okay, so we can do this really easy by going to the journey guide and going to the Palpatine event. Just go to the tier 1 so it's over nice and quickly. We actually have Admiral Raddus in our team right now. So, I mean, who else would... I mean, I imagine Akbar works as well, and, you know, we'll be getting Akbar in a minute. So, let's have a look. Yeah, I mean, I don't actually have Akbar. He's over here. It's either one of these guys, but if you've got Admiral Raddus, just throw them in with your strongest units and have yourself a good time over here. We just want to really just, like, drop a bomb on them, and that should be it, really. I mean, just do that 10 times. I won't let you sit through it because I'm sure that's incredibly dull. But we're going to do it anyway. So, amazing. Okay, cool. I'll see you guys in a second. And once more with feeling, and this should round us out to 10 wins versus Palpatine. Okay, 10 battles with any sort of Rebel Admiral in our squad. Let's go ahead and see what the next journey quest is. Nice and easy, lickety-split. Took us a couple of minutes. Gives us 10 Zeta mats. That's great on this account. Attempt to inflict defense down 100 times. Okay, and this is actually going to give us a Ben Solo, an old Ben, not Ben Solo, an old Ben Kenobi at gear 13. Love to do it. Okay, so defense down. What I would say is if you happen to have Quigold at any level of investment realistically, and if your raid is open, he actually applies defense down on a basic on his AoE. So if your raid is open, you can go in and just do basics with Quigold, or you could go into Conquest, for example, maybe go onto a bonus node over here. I don't think my Quigold is going to survive necessarily. I don't want to put him in the leader slot either. Let's think. If I go Galactic Republic over here, I'll get Padawan Obi-Wan with over this, and then we'll throw in Quigold. And also what I'll throw in is Fifth Brother. Now, a lot of people here should have Fifth Brother at Relic 0 because he was one of our Lightspeed tokens in the past. His AoE, I think it's the Killer's Mine, this also applies defense down on an AoE. So I'm just going to try to see if we can actually maybe take a turn and get some AoE goodness going. Oh, you had to stun Quigold, didn't you? You just had to start off and stun him. My Quigold is at like gear 4, you know, 4-star. He doesn't really have any level of investment. But also, I believe that we should put defense down on this as well, right? No, it doesn't apply defense down. Okay, so we're just going to have to rely on this dude over here, doing his nice big AoE to get defense down. This is one way of getting it done. Alternatively, you can take Fifth Brother in with your Inquisitorius into an Empire-based Journey Guide event and get yourself more defense down that way. We're getting 7 there, which is actually pretty good. Hey, we got Inflict information down in Conquest. So, right, you could go to the R2-D2 event, is what I'm trying to say. Go into the R2-D2 event. You can use Empire for this. Just make sure you've got your Fifth Brother at some point. Probably should mod him for speed so that he actually goes first. Now, it should be only attempt to apply defense down, as in you don't actually have to land it necessarily, just attempt to apply it. So I'm going to throw on the fastest speed set I can find right now, just to make sure that he takes a turn. Good. Here we go. If we go in with Tarkin, we'll take in Fifth Brother, and if you take in Ninth Sister, because Ninth Sister also has an AoE, that applies defense down. The reason I'm taking in Tarkin, so look over here, physical damage to all enemies, inflict daze, defense down, potency down for 2 turns. So we've got 2 sources of AoE defense down here. Tarkin, on his leadership over here, inflict defense down and expose for 2 turns on enemies that fall below 100% health during an Empire ally's turn. So that's what we're just kind of looking for over here. As many sources of AoE defense down, and then I believe Grand Admiral Thrawn does it on a basic as well. I just want to take in something that's not going to kill a unit, basically. I don't want to deal too much damage, because the less damage you do, the more chance you have to apply these debuffs, okay? So I'm using this one just because it costs you no energy. You can go in infinite numbers of times, right? But also, it looks like there are 6 people, so lots of instances of defense down over here. She doesn't really do anything, that's fine. Right, okay, so we'll just basic over here. Wait for it, we'll do the AoE. That's more instances of defense down. Bubbling over there, because when an enemy drops below 100% health on our Empire ally's turn, they get defense down, which is great. You can see that defense down is just applied there. Wonderful. All right, great. Let's just finish this round and get round to another one. So we had 7 before, and we went up to 17. So we got ourselves an extra 10 defense downs. I will take it. Let's just come back after we've farmed this until our eyes bleed. Alrighty, after much delay, I also found a little fun thing to do at the end there. I basically went into mod battles over here against the Night Sisters, and not everybody could do this, because not everybody is weird like me and has Jedi Master Mace Windu on a 1-year-old free-to-play account. But Jedi Master Mace with Ayla in his support, she has this Let Us Guide You unique, and at the start of battle, if Jedi Master Mace Windu's in the leader slot, and there are no other Jedi Vanguard attacker allies with the leader ability, everybody gets defense down at the start of every encounter. So it's like going through all these waves, and there are like 6 Night Sisters, they're all getting defense down at the start, and then I throw it in with 5th Brother and 9th Sister for more AoEs, and I got like 30, 40 in one go. I tried with IG-88 as well, because he's got an AoE ability block, but he just killed everybody when he used it. So I was like, okay, but that's another way to get it done, ladies and gentlemen. Journey quest, afflict defense down or attempt to 100 times. Let's claim that. Alrighty, defeat 50 Imperial Troopers with Mon Mothma present. She doesn't have to survive. Let's first of all, though, go ahead and use that delicious lightspeed token, shall we, ladies and gentlemen? I think that probably makes sense. Ben, yes, gain ourselves 20,000 GP right off the bat. Love to see it. Okay, Imperial Troopers need to find a node in which they are there. Oh, nice. That got me a little achievement as well. All right, so first of all, I think I'll just check to see, do we have Imperial Troopers over here? I mean, some of these will count as Imperial Troopers. So that's something. I wonder if there's a better node, though. Wonder if there's a better node. Perhaps in mod challenges? I can't see the enemies here. Honestly, right now, we should have Conquest up. So if you can find yourself an Imperial Trooper node over here, that's going to be the best place, because these guys have got revives in them. They are a real pain in the tuchus to beat, but let's just have a look. Because if you can find yourself an Imperial Trooper node like this one over here, Sector 1 Imperial Trooper node, I'm going to spend 50 crystals to refresh. Yes, this will be a bit of a waste, but if I just go in with Grand Moff Tarkin, let's go in with my best team possible. Go in with these guys, and then we'll just throw in Mon Mothma. Apparently I have her at gear 12, I must use a lightspeed token on her. The benefit of using it in Conquest, of course, is that these guys have an unpreventable revive. So even though I just dropped them all, we got like 8 kills there. That's not a bad way of getting it done. Now, is this the most efficient way? Probably not. Because you're just wasting energy in Conquest. But it's something to consider if you really want to power through. Now, apart from that, you could probably do the same thing on this node over here. I don't know how many are actually in here. So let's just find something good to go with over here. I mean, somebody's got a slacker over here. Let's just get Mon Mothma. Throw her in. That's all I really care. That can... yeah, that's fine. I don't care about the summoned unit from Mon Mothma. That won't work anyway in this team. So as you can see, that's all that defense down at the start. We'll see how many we get from this. I don't imagine it's that many, because there's only like... yeah, there's really not that many over here in terms of actual Imperial Troopers. But let's keep powering through, and just for science to see how many we actually get. If not, there might be a light side node that that can work for us here. There might be a light side node. Let's just check it out. Wonderful. Great. Cool. Good. So that gave us only 4, so you'd have to do that, what, 13 times? Which, it's not terrible. It's not terrible, but it's not the best time saver, right? Okay, so let's see. Let's go right back to the start. We've got some Imperial Troopers here on 1F. Quite a few in the early game. Let's just see. Generally speaking, the later you go in these nodes, the more units per, right? Let's try this one on Lothal 6J. I'll take in this JML. We'll drop you. We'll take in Mon Mothma. The rest of it seems great. Let's go for it. See how many kills we've got in this one. So we were on 12 at the start. Hopefully, this does actually have quite a lot of recon stormtroopers. I'm not sure if they count as Imperial Troopers. Hopefully they do, because if they do, this would be a really good node. We do have 2 Death Troopers here, and we've got 3 Stormtroopers, so it might actually be a decent amount here. This could be the most cost-efficient 6J. Light side 6J. How many do we get there? 12? Oh, there we go. 13. So that's the one. Light side 6J over there. Most cost-efficient in terms of energy spent and in terms of time spent. Just grab yourself... preferably, I want something with AoEs. I mean, I suppose we can use Jedi Cal. Jedi Cal! Alright, so we'll just do this a couple of times. I'll see you in a sec. And that is that done. That 6J node, Lightside 6J, is an absolute winner, ladies and gentlemen. Just like me, and just like you people at home as well. So that gives us our 3 Omicrons, I believe. Grabbing that real quick. Defeat 100 enemies with Rebels. I will probably go... and this will give us Stormtrooper Han. I will probably go back to mod battles and tend to farm this one just because it has enemies that can revive multiple times. So we want... oh, somebody's got a CLS to give us here. So let's go ahead and grab ourselves a Rebel team. Probably use Phoenix or something like that, I guess. Why not? We'll use a Phoenix team just because they're going to be pretty good. They'll be pretty good, I hope. Who shall I have as the last Phoenix member? I guess I'll use you. Okay, so the only thing I will say about this node is at the start, you kind of want to focus down on the Night Sister zombies because you can defeat them twice and they will revive. So it gives you some extra kills over here. And then we'll just drop the bombs, get rid of everybody. So it'll give you some extra kills. We'll see how many we get for this round. So once again, focus on the Night Sister zombie. Defeat Night Sister zombie twice in the opening waves. That's definitely what we want to do. After you've done that, and we go into the last wave, we'll do it a little bit differently. You want to focus on everybody but the zombie, but do not hit Daka. Alright? The reason I say that is Daka can actually revive these Night Sister zombies, so it will let you get more kills organically. Last wave, ignore Daka, ignore Night Sister zombie. We want to try to get 1 or 2 kills over here. As many as you possibly can, realistically speaking. And you've got to hope that Daka revives some of the defeated units, alright? Once you've killed everybody but Night Sister zombie, that's when you want to focus on zombie, okay? Don't... but Night Sister zombie and Daka. There we go, she got a revive, she got 2 people alive. Leave the zombie again, kill the ads, do not kill Daka if you can help it. And then go right back after Night Sister zombie. Okay, so we got a good amount of kills that time, I'd say, overall. Overall, pretty good. How many defeated enemies did we get? 26. So if you can do that like 4 times, that's a pretty good way of getting it done. Yeah, it does require a little bit of thought. Maybe you're better off going into one of those nodes like we had there with Lightside 6J. That will definitely get you a good amount of kills. Alrighty then, so we want... oh, look at this guy. Throwing in Mon Mothma into the ally slot over there. This person is doing good work. Alright, so once again, I'll go after the Night Sister zombie. Let's get that Night Sister zombie out multiple times and then drop the bombs. Clear out that wave. Hopefully we can still get a decent amount once again. Because there is no guarantee that Daka actually revives any units. And that can be the problem. That can be the problem. Let's cycle around turns with Ezra. I remember Phoenix was one of the very first teams I ever got in this game that had synergy. I remember playing when I started back in 2018. Ezra, once I had him under Hera, I was like, wow, units can work well together. Who knew? That was my first instance of synergy within this game. All right, so let's just defeat whatever we can, leaving Daka, leaving Zombie alive. I think that was a basic from Daka there, which is kind of ideal. Gives us a bigger opportunity here to get a nice big revive. Not using specials. Okay, Daka apparently just doesn't want to use the revive at all today. So maybe this run is not... Yeah, she just used a basic 3 times. Good job, Daka. You did well. So definitely not getting the 26, but we still rounded up to 50. I'll see you guys in a minute. Alrighty, so we finished up getting our 100 enemies defeated with rebels, giving us elves a nice stormtrooper hunt. Finally, we need to win 20 battles with a full squad of droids. 20 battles, CG? 20. Oh, my days. Full squad of droids. Where can I go with that? Probably the journey guide versus Padme? Because Padme, you can use separatists. You could go into the tier 1, and can I just filter this by droid? Can I even do a full team of droids? I probably can. I've got GG. Okay, so I've got a full team of droids here. I'm just going to do this 20 times. The Padme event at the first tier should be absolutely fine, to be honest. We should be able to do enough damage to take them out pretty quickly. It's only gear 12, so it's going to take me a little bit of time. Of course, you could go into Darkside in one of the early nodes, or just farm Kyrotech, for example, and get it that way, or use it in Conquest, anything like that. But I'm personally just going to farm this Padme node 20 times. I'm not going to force you through the injustice, in the pain, in the suffering, in the indignity, truth be told, of winning 20 battles with a full team of droid against Padme and Jedi Knight Bananakin. So I'll see you in 2 shakes of a porcupine's tail. Laters. Oh my god. I know these quests weren't designed for us to try and grind out in a day, but please, CG, 20... Who wants to do 20? I'll take the Akbar, thank you. Promote R2D2 to 7 stars. Nailed it, already done. Unlock CLS. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to use our remaining lightspeed tokens now to get ourselves prepped for the CLS event. It should, theoretically, be easy because... I'm just going to use Akbar's one as well, because that's going to help my fleet. Hell yes. No Omicrons. Don't apply that Omicrons. Kind of garbage. Before we go into any further, though, we do have an anonymous lightspeed token for droids. If you are thinking about using this, yes, you can use it on 3PO and Chewie. Apologies. So you can use the lightspeed token over here on Chewpio, because you are about to unlock CLS, and he is a key member of that team. However, I will say that it might not be the best unit to apply it to. There are certain other units that are required for Galactic Legends. For example, Hu Yang, big proponent of required for a Galactic Legend. You can also say something like Sortie. Sortie is also a requirement. You've also got units like 000 and BT-1. They are required for Dr. Aphra. And down here, you do have IG-11. Now, I want to make sure nobody uses it on IG-11, all right? Don't use it on IG-11, because we are getting our own lightspeed tokens for this guy to get him to Relic 1, or Relic 0 rather. So you're saving yourself the gear already. This is just going to, you know, be a bit of a waste for you long term. You can also use it on General Grievous and he has a requirement, or you can use it on BT-1 and stuff like that. Lots of good solid options here. Just try and think about your planning long term and what you want to try and get out of the journey guide, all right? Lots and lots of good choices here. Cool. All right, let's go ahead and do the CLS event then, shall we, ladies and gentlemen? So, Tier 1, we've already got ourselves full relic team right now. I'm just going to go ahead and hit auto. I don't think I've even applied mods to these guys. Maybe R2D2 has got some. Maybe Farmboy Luke has got some. I'm not entirely certain, truth be told. But that's okay. It looks like we are just going to dominate and walk through at this entire phase. It shouldn't be any of these tiers. Shouldn't really be an issue. I will say, I think you want to be targeting down the leader, Urororo, because I think they do become a little bit problematic if you kill the allies and just leave the leader alive. So we'll go ahead and do that. They've all got evasion up at the start, which is a little bit frustrating. And R2-D2 will just burn the Tuskens. Not just the men, but the women and the children too. As is tradition. Okay, so Tier 2, you can see I've already actually done these before, did them in the past. They actually give you some decent rewards, give you some crystals and stuff like that. I believe these guys have got a couple of revives, which is fine. I wonder if this would work. Oh no, they're Sand Trooper. They're not Imperial Troopers. They are just Sand Troopers. I was wondering if this would actually work for our earlier Imperial Trooper feat, but I don't think it does. It's a decent enough node for it though, if it does apply. I don't think it does. Sand Trooper probably doesn't count as an Imperial Trooper. Alright, victory is ours. Next up, tier 3, we've got Farm Boy Luke and Stormtrooper Han. It shouldn't be too hard. You shouldn't need to do any modding. Like I said, I haven't applied any modding to these guys. This is actually reminding me really heavily of the Light Liberation battle, truth be told. Even though it's not quite the same, it's just the same background. They've obviously reused assets, but as you can see, these two are just absolutely steamrolling. Back when this event first came out, like Gear 8, I think, was like the max. So going in with a relic level team, even if you don't have any further investment, it's kind of a joke. It's kind of a joke, so modding, really not necessary. Still one of the coolest events that they've done, in my opinion. Sure, the individual tiers themselves don't have a whole bunch of, you know, narrative or animations or anything like that. Love to see us getting this CLS unlocked. But it had heart. It had feeling to it. Especially one of the later phases that we're going to get to now. 8 phases. I am just going to go full auto here. We don't really have to worry too much about the difficulty of the enemy, I don't feel. Alright, Leia coming in with the double tap over there. She's actually a pretty fun unit, Princess Leia, and to this day I'm still disappointed that mine is only Relic 6. Feel like Princess Leia should have a little bit more investment on my account in particular. Alright, Leia handling business. She doesn't need rescuing, does she? Clearly. Alright, let's get through them. Nailed it. It's funny, actually. You'd think that CG would revisit this event and reskin your Farm Boy Luke into Stormtrooper Luke. That would make a lot more sense, thematically speaking, at this point. Don't actually make it require Stormtrooper Luke. That would be incredibly unfair. But if they could just skin him up as Stormtrooper Luke, that would be really cool. Alright, working through. Tier 8 done and dusted. Next comes the fun tier, I believe. 55 extra shards of my boy CLS. And now we are getting Old Ben's tier. This is such a great tier. You should not have come here, Obi-Wan. There is no escape. Alright. Mano a mano. A real emotional moment over here. Defend. Oh, do we want to defend? We need to be able to get to that point where Old Ben can use his sacrifice. We should be able to, because we have got a lot of investment. There's the defense up. We even landed a dodge. Another defense up, because you know it makes sense. Look at him trying to tackle down our Old Ben. It's such a cool scene. It's such a cool scene. Look how close they're standing as well. They're literally toe to toe. Strip it back now, y'all. Alright. And then we finally get the pivotal moment. If Vader would stop ability blocking us. That would be kind of neat. Would be kind of neat if you could stop ability blocking us, Vader. Thank you, buddy. Here we go. See you later, Ben. It's a good moment. It's a good moment. It's a core memory unlocked right there for Star Wars. Alrighty. So we've just got one final tier left and the CLS will be unlocked. Get a good amount of crystals for doing this, which is real nice. So again, I don't think you'll need any sort of real modding for this. Your relic levels should largely invalidate the difficulty of the event. Yeah. I mean, you can see already how we are quite literally burning through these guys, even though they've got defense up. Take down the Recon Stormtrooper. I remember this actually being difficult the first time around. This camera angle is really funky. I wish CG would do a little bit more exploration into different camera angles for the battles, because it always gives a little bit of a fresh zing to a battle, doesn't it? And this reminds me of the R2-D2 event now. We're just playing it from the other side. Take him down, y'all. We need to get on board the Falcon. We need to get out of here. Let's not make Ben's sacrifice in vain. Nice bit of stealth. Stormtrooper Han there doing good work. Boom. Nailed it. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is CL Hell Yes unlocked. Love to see it. We can now use that Lightspeed token on CLS. Activate him straight away. Boom, baby. Welcome to the holotables. CLS, still a great unit. I'm working on getting my Ewoks unlocked at the moment so that we can actually have a functional CLS team. Grab that. Absolutely wonderful. Extra stuff. Beautiful. Lots of crystals. Love it. All right, let's go ahead. Get that on there. The fact that it comes with all of the zetas is such a huge boon, because CLS is one of those teams that is so dependent on zetas in order to operate effectively, and it's just so hard to have 3 zetas for CLS and then zetas on things like Chewbacca and Han Solo and C-3PO. It's really difficult to get off the ground. Getting lightspeed tokens for this team is absolutely phenomenal. Really happy with that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to wrap it up for today's video. If it was useful to you, please hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. I will see you all in the very next video. Peace out, and may the Force be with you.